This is day 26 of our European tour 2009. We travelled from Innsbruck through the Swiss Alps, past Lake Walen, and then on to the city of Vaduz in Liechtenstein. And we went through the Swiss Alps on the freeway in the bus, and we took some wonderful photographs. Now, the Swiss Alps are shared by a number of different countries, including France, Italy, Austria, Liechtenstein. From the West Alps to the Eastern Alps and the Central Alps. When I was younger, I used to watch a lot of black and white movies of the war years and how the Allied soldiers would have to escape through Switzerland, through the Swiss Alps, from France and Italy and of course Germany. But they are absolutely magnificent to look at, and I presume that if you've got the energy and youth, then you can go wandering and see it for yourself. As you leave Austria, you head towards the border and you pass under this Flexen Pass, which is, this is a photograph of the gallery of Flexen Pass, and underneath that was these rock climbing people just beside the river, and if you pause this you can see the people climbing up the rocks, and we got to see it from the bus. And then we travelled 14 kilometres in something called the Arlberg Road Tunnel, and took a couple of photographs of that. It was rather long, and fortunately we didn't get to smell the fumes of the bus. It was well and truly ventilated. And here's an image of the stretch between Innsbruck and Vaduz. And then we came to the border crossing of Vorarlberg and crossed into Liechtenstein. And we stopped for a small break in the township, and I got a stamp in my passport. Cost me €1, and a few years later that passport was taken back by the Australian government, so that was a waste of time. Then we went to Vaduz.
We should go and ride his brakes.
And a bit on the right hand side also. Okay, we will go over the roundabout, but look a little bit to the left to see the shopping street, the main street of
Vaduz.
You see it coming up to the left hand side. That is where you're gonna be in a moment. Okay, about 3:05, let's say 4 o'clock. Make it easy, slow, and then in 2 hours time or so. We're gonna be in Luzerne. The toilets are towards the front over there. You'll see them better in a moment.
So we only had 2 hours to walk around this shopping centre area, and the obvious thing was the street art. And this is a photograph of the Vaduz castle up on top of the hill, built in the 12th century, and finally in the 1712s the princely family of Liechtenstein purchased it, and it became the Liechtenstein royal family's residence. This country is incredibly small, and its streets were just chock-a-block full of art. This one was an African king sculpture, and there wasn't any sign on it. I'm not sure what this was, but it was quite unique with a cat on the top. And then it looks like a horse. And it looks like some Roman wrestlers. We can continue to walk around the area, share some video. We didn't go into this exhibition. They were doing some kind of cataloguing, so I think that's why there was no people in there. This photograph of my wife and myself talking, taken by another member of the group, with some more horses, bronze horses. And as you can see, the sun was out and it was quite an enjoyable day to wander around these streets. Then it was time to get back on the bus.
Paraglider straight ahead.
Oh, you got your passport. That's fantastic.
I organised it that he lands on our roof. See it? Some of them have even non-Swiss flags. See it? On the right and left. It's a socialist idea of providing a little piece of ground for people who are living in apartments and in these places where it's not very healthy to live in, and that people.
So then we continued our drive in the bus towards Lake Lucerne, and we drove past Lake Walen, across the Liechtenstein border into Switzerland again. And here's the sign on the bridge. As we crossed in the bus, we took a number of photographs. So we drove past this old Rhine bridge on the way to Lake Walen.
Right now. Now almost everybody can see it. That's the hanging valley I was talking about to the front right hand side. Beautiful view of houses almost sliding off the valley over there. And that is why when you want to make a Swiss person smile, you go to him or her and you say, "Sir or Mrs., you have a beautiful country." And then the smile will come up and they will start to talk about everything that you see around them. Look at me slowing down so you can take a picture. He loves the house. I saw the blood coming out, I know why now.
All of this area was this absolutely magical green. So we continued on and headed into Lake Lucerne, and we stopped and stayed at the Hotel Central in Kreins. And the video was produced by myself, and it's the end of another exciting video of day 26 of our European tour, October 2009. Drove through the Swiss Alps, Lake Walen, and visited Vaduz.